Welcome to Alphabet Fly, Encyclopedic Marvel Journey, where I go through the official handbook of the Marvel Universe with the guests, and we talk about all the characters we know and love and have forgotten as well. My name is Jesse Cooper, and with me today is someone who, just really knows how to stand with themselves. Garrison.
Hello, greetings.
So today we're talking about villain. It's Saturnine.
Saturnine.
Do you know who Saturnine is?
I think I've heard of the name, but I can't picture them.
Well, it's good that you're. I know you're using them singularly, but it could also be as a group of people.
Okay.
Because we're talking about Saturnine, who is a multiversal person.
Okay.
They're just blonde and white and all that. Because
sure.
That's,
yeah.
That's just the default apparently.
It is the default.
Yeah. But yeah, Saturnine, her real name is Opal Luna Saturnine.
Okay.
Sounds like someone self-insert in a fanfic. Very Raven. Oh my, I forgot all of it. I used to be able to do the My Immortal person.
I cannot.
Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way was the name.
But yeah, so the occupation. One of the best occupations I've seen. Omniversal Magistrix.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
So cool. Also, Magistrix.
That is
so much better.
That is a great name.
Ever since I found out about the suffix trix for like the feminine version of something, I think it should be the default.
It is much better.
Like Aviatrix sounds so much better than Aviator. Like, come on. It makes you sound like 5,000 times more badass.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, so general population is aware of Saturnine's existence. No legal status on Earth. Other aliases, possibly Courtney Ross. Place of birth unrevealed. Marital status single. No known relatives. And they first showed up in Marvel Superheroes issue number 380 in December 1981.
Okay.
And this is a UK's comic, Marvel UK thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know how Marvel got into the UK.
Not particularly.
Because like comics, at least superhero comics, that the way that we do it are like very American.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get a foothold into other markets.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was Marvel made Captain Britain.
Yes, I'm familiar with Captain Britain.
UK based, got UK writers eventually, and they're trying to compete with like 2080.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I don't know how successful they were, but they're still a pretty strong foothold. So, but what they would do is they would do like these big oversized editions where they would have reprints of stories.
Okay.
With like a Captain Britain or like a Death's Head or I'm trying to think of other people right now, and I'm blanking.
But these other Marvel UK original characters.
Yeah, other Marvel UK original people.
Got it.
So that's kind of how that happened there. But eventually they would get their own comics and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that's how they got their foothold in, and that's how a lot of according to a lot of UK Marvel fans, like that, they would have like just long boxes filled with these. Because like that's how they was marketed over there. It was hard to get single issues of like comics and whatnot of the original comics for a long time. And now I'm pretty sure it's international, but I don't know. I don't look at the distributing too much. But yeah, so Opal Luna Saturnine holds the title of Omniversal Magistrix. She claims to be responsible for the maintenance of order and reality in a section of the multiverse that includes Earth.
Okay.
And as you probably know, a lot of stuff happens on Earth.
Generally, yes.
Yeah. By seeming coincidence, Saturnine is the exact lookalike to an Earth woman, Courtney Ross, a vice president of Fraser's Bank of London, who was the girlfriend of Brian Braddock, aka Captain Britain, when he and Ross were in college.
Okay.
Brian Braddock is the embodiment of white privilege, and I hate him.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, cat.
Yes, there's a little cat.
Captain Britain first encounters Saturnine on the alternate Earth that was the original home of the Champion of Justice, Captain UK, aka Linda McQuillan. Captain Britain was attracted to Saturnine's beauty, but repelled by her ruthlessness. On another alternate Earth, Saturnine had a counterpart, Lupol Lune Saturnin, Maastricht of the Empire of True Britain. On her world, she was a ruler of a fascistic version of Great Britain. I'm trying to make a joke about something. Something about Boris Johnson, but I can't think of one right now. But, and was the lover of its champion, Brian Braddock's dimensional counterpart, Captain Britain, which is Captain with a K. Captain Breton left his own world, and Saturnin therefore hired TechNet to bring him back. TechNet mistakenly took Captain Britain there instead. Thus, he met Saturnin before returning to his own Earth. And TechNet is a really fun group of people who I will be talking about later.
Okay.
But that's in the tease. Later, the sorceress Roma brought Captain UK to Saturnin's alternate Earth, where Captain UK finally captured Saturnin and put an end to her tyranny. Recently, Saturnine hired the TechNet to capture Rachel Summers, aka Phoenix, whom she called a danger to reality due to her great powers.
Yeah.
Which,
Fair.
Captain Britain, Megon, Nightcrawler, and Shadowcat helped Phoenix prevent her abduction by the TechNet, and subsequently, these 5 heroes banded together as a team of champions known as Excalibur. And Excalibur, for the most part, is a pretty good comic. It does a lot of multiverse stuff, and I'm 90% sure that it coined the Earth system that the Marvel uses now. Because they used to just call them alternate realities or alternate futures, but now they actually have
they have the numbers.
Designation. Yeah, which makes it a lot easier for someone like me to look up all the lore about one Earth. Afterwards, Courtney Ross was ambushed by her parent in her apartment by her parent lookalike. It is not yet known whether this double was Saturnine that Captain Britain first met, or another of her other dimensional counterparts. Shortly after, Brian Braddock came to Ross's apartment and encountered the woman who he believed was Ross, but who seemed to have undergone a personality change. Whether this woman was indeed Ross or was instead Saturnine has yet been revealed. Yeah, there's a drop plot line there, as you probably couldn't tell.
Isn't there a lot of drop plot lines with the whole Marvel UK thing?
Yeah, kind of. Sometimes people kind of bring it back after a while because the readers will really have a bug, just something in their craw about it. That they'll a good example was Steve Gerber, who wrote horror comics in the 70s for Marvel and also did Howard the Duck and Man-Thing and stuff like that. No, wait, was it? No, it wasn't Steve Gerber. It was Marv Wolfman. Marv Wolfman, who wrote a lot of the new Teen Titans for DC. He introduced a character called Elf with a Gun, which was a person dressed up as an elf who had a disintegration ray. It would randomly attack people, in the middle of at the end of comic, or at the end of a comic story or something like that.
Yeah.
And they left to write Teen Titans. before they ever like tied that up. So someone years later is just like, I'm gonna finish this story. And it's just because like it would be a prominent part of those like comics. Like it'd be like, oh, there's Elf with a gun. I wonder why he's gonna attack this person.
Yeah.
So, it probably got picked up. But yeah, later Ross or her double played a card game in the London branch of the Hellfire Club with one of the subordinates at Fraser's band, Nigel Frobisher. As a result of the game, Frobisher ended up owing her £1 million, far more than he could ever back. Instead, the woman, appearing to be Ross, forced Frobisher to perform certain assignments for her, including hiring Technet to rescue Brian Braddock's brother, James Jr., from captivity from the African tyrant Joshua Ndingi, aka Doc Croc.
Doc Croc.
And the woman who appeared to be Ross indicated that she had plans to make the power of the Phoenix and Shadowcat her own, but it's yet unclear what she means by this. And meanwhile, Captain Britain met the Queen Mother of Great Britain of yet another alternate Earth who looks like an older version of Saturnine.
That's
and
not.
may indeed be.
There's so many.
I know there's so many. It's like there's a whole multiverse or something. Yeah, and then and there's indeed, and this also may indeed be the Saturnine he knows. So she's 5'9", weighs 140, blue eyes, blonde hair, and she does exercise, and she has no superhuman powers.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a thing. She just does omniversal stuff. You
Okay.
don't need powers for that.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. Let me see if they tie up any of the stuff. Oh, she dies.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of her story.
Yeah, well, she dies a bunch later by Phantom X. So Phantom X. Well, no wait.
She does.
Phantom X,
She does a lot of dying.
Right now. Yeah, no, she was killed alongside of most of the Captain Britain Corps, which is all the Captain Britons
Okay.
in the multiverse.
Yeah.
During a vicious and bloody battle with the Map Makers.
Sure.
And the Sidera Mares slaves.
Yeah, a likely story.
Yeah. And, yeah. I don't know. That's it. Do you have anything else to say?
I feel like this character is pretty cut and dry here.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like they don't show up in a lot. Okay. Here's the thing that bothers me, because this could be a lot cooler than it is. Like a lot cooler, but it's not. And it feels like a waste.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like they're super interested in getting tons of stuff.
Yeah. Well, what do you have to plug?
Well, let's see. If you want to follow, I have no content relating to Britain, basically. So there's really no good segue here. But you can follow other stuff about climate change, and related kind of topics at It Could Happen Here Pod, which is a podcast called It Could Happen Here. And then you can just follow my personal stuff, which actually does have some Britain stuff. I am doing some research into some Nazis in Britain. So maybe something will come up from there. But you can follow me on Twitter at HungryBowtie. I can do random journalism projects there and other places as well.
Yeah. Well, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't feel like doing my plugs, so I'm just not gonna do them. This has been Alphabet Flight, and may Country protect you through all of your night travels. Good night.